Have you ever wondered what's really going on inside your body when you eat sugar? I mean, it's a story that goes way beyond just calories and cavities. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a secret hormonal takeover. This quote just says it all. That sweet treat you're enjoying, well, to your body, it's a full-on invasion. Your pancreas basically hits the big red panic button, your liver starts scrambling to hoard fat, and your brain, well, it's being set up for a crash you won't even see coming. So here's the crucial point, the thing we've all been missing. Sugar's real damage isn't just that it's empty calories. The real problem is that it acts like a hormonal hijacker. It literally reprograms your body to lock the doors on your fat cells and stop burning them for fuel. Okay, so to really understand this invasion, first we need to clear the air. We've got to get rid of some of the common myths and misinformation that honestly just keep us all hooked on the stuff. All right, let's just bust 4 huge myths right now. First up, sugar gives you energy. Nope, it's a biological scam. You get a 20-minute high and then you crash hard. Second, this idea that you have to eat constantly to keep your blood sugar up, wrong. Your body has incredible backup fuel systems. Third, only diabetics need to worry. That is so not true. Damage like fatty liver build up silently for years and years. And finally, my favorite, that natural sugar is somehow better. Listen, your liver does not care if that sugar came from organic honey or a gas station slushie. To your organs, sugar is sugar, period. Now, let's get into the play-by-play. I want you to imagine you've just had a large soda and a donut. What happens next? Well, for the next hour or so, it's pretty much pure chaos inside your body. Okay, so within just 5 to 10 minutes, your blood sugar skyrockets to about 10 times the normal safe amount. Your pancreas completely freaks out and just dumps insulin into your system like it's putting out a 5-alarm fire. By 30 minutes, insulin is at its peak, and this is the key. Fat burning is now completely blocked, shut down. Your liver then goes into emergency mode, converting all that extra sugar into fat. And then, after an hour or two, you crash. Insulin did its job a little too well, your blood sugar is now too low, and your brain starts screaming for more sugar. And the whole cycle begins again. A really great way to think about insulin is to picture it as a super strict security guard. Its only job is to get dangerously high levels of sugar out of your blood and fast. And its primary rule is simple. Store everything, burn nothing. It shoves that sugar into your muscles and liver, and once they're full, well, it has one other very important effect. And here it is. This is the core of the problem. As long as that insulin security guard is on duty, your fat cells are in total lockdown. They cannot release fat to be burned for energy. The fat-burning switch is flipped to off. So if you keep your insulin high all day with constant snacking and sugary drinks, that switch never, ever gets turned back on. So that was just one binge, but what happens when this becomes a daily thing? Well, the body enters a state of what you could call a long siege, and that leads to chronic, system-wide damage. Let's take a look at how this devastating cycle actually builds on itself. It all starts with this devastating feedback loop. You have high sugar intake, which leads to constant insulin spikes. Eventually, your cells, they're just overwhelmed. They start to ignore the insulin signal, and that's insulin resistance. So what does your pancreas do? It tries to get the message through by screaming louder, pumping out even more insulin. This tells your body to store even more fat, especially that dangerous visceral fat around your organs, which then, guess what? Makes the insulin resistance even worse. It's a metabolic trap that just feeds itself. The scale of this problem is just staggering. Right now, 1 in every 3 American adults has prediabetes, and it's a direct result of this cycle. Just think about that. In any group of 3 friends, 1 is likely on this path. And the scariest part? Most of them have absolutely no idea. And the damage to the liver is just as bad. We're talking about 1/4 of the entire global population having non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And this isn't some minor issue. It's actually on track to become the #1 reason for liver failure. For most people, the bad guy here isn't alcohol, it's sugar. And the consequences? Yeah, they can be deadly. A huge landmark study found that people who get a big chunk of their daily calories from added sugar have a 38% higher risk of dying from heart disease. Let that sink in for a second. Sugar isn't just adding a few pounds, it's actively shortening people's lives. So why is it so hard to stop? Well, because sugar hijacks your brain's reward system in the exact same way as addictive drugs. It triggers dopamine, it creates tolerance, cravings, and yes, very real withdrawal. I mean, in some lab studies, rats have actually chosen sugar over potent stimulants like cocaine. It's a drug that we've just been socially conditioned to think is normal. Okay, I know. That was all pretty heavy. But here is the incredible news. Your body is remarkably resilient. It wants to heal. So let's look at the liberation. What happens when you just cut sugar out for 30 days?
And the changes happen so fast, it's amazing. In week 1, as your insulin levels drop, you can shed like 5 to 7 pounds of just water weight. By week 2, your cells start becoming sensitive to insulin again, and that's when real fat burning finally kicks into gear. Your energy stabilizes. In week 3, your liver starts cleaning out all that stored fat, the cravings fade, your taste buds reset, even your skin starts to improve. And if you keep going, that dangerous visceral fat starts to melt away and your risk for all those chronic diseases just plummets.
You know, the real key takeaway here is just one of hope. Your body has this amazing capacity to heal itself. Your organs, they don't hold grudges. The moment you give them a break from the constant assault of sugar, they get right to work. And they reward you with stable energy and a metabolism that actually works the way it's supposed to.
So let's bring this all home. When you boil it all down, it all comes down to flipping one single metabolic switch. The next time you see a sugary snack, I want you to remember this. It's not just a harmless treat, it's a hormonal grenade. And you're about to pull the pin, triggering that entire cascade of insulin spikes and fat storage all over again. And that really leaves us with a simple but very powerful question. Every food choice you make is a vote. Are you choosing to put your body into storage mode for the next few hours, or are you choosing to keep it in fat burning mode? The choice is always yours.